Good morning, people. Happy Wednesday. As you can see, it's pretty dark outside still. The sun is rising much later here in Dubai. The time is just gone 5 o'clock. We are sipping on two of my favorite things, some March On hydration. For the electrolytes, I always have that first thing. And then we've got ourselves a black coffee. About to go for a run. So we are starting a run club. Like everyone else in Dubai. No, we've been working on a concept, shall we say, since the event I did with Lululemon for World Mental Health Day. And we are bringing this to life slowly and surely with the right partners and the right people. And whilst it is a run club, I want to call it more of an experience. So taking the concept of the playlist, I'm making a weekly playlist every single week for our runners to use, whether they walk, whether they jog, whether they run. We are meeting at Salt, Marsa Al Arab. That is going to be said location, or said location that we're working on a partnership with. So that's going to be the plan. We're going to meet in about half an hour's time. And throughout the course of this video, I'm also going to talk to you about starting peptides. And I want to take you along for the journey with me because I believe that firstly, transparency is key. And secondly, it's a really interesting subject right now with a lot of guys specifically. I'm 35, I'm not getting any younger. And there are some specific reasons as to why I decided to go on a peptide journey. So let's bang this coffee, let's get changed, let's go for a run, let's have a good morning, let's talk about peptides. Oh, I've just got some more pills to take as well. Okay, so look at this, every single day. This is specifically for my blood work, but needs must. I tell you what though, in the last 6 to 8 weeks since I've been on this prescription of all the vitamins that I've had to take since getting my bloods done, I feel like a completely different person. And that's not an exaggeration. That is legitimately how I feel. My inflammation has decreased, my sleep has improved, I've got more energy. I was in the trenches before. Big way, big trenches, and it weren't good. So whilst I'm very, very grateful to feel the way I do now, it made me realize how much I was hanging on by a thread. I think pretty much all year since I got, Ramadan was when in March, yeah, I got gout in Ramadan, and since then it all went downhill. We literally cheer for corners like it's a penalty. Okay, it's a funny story, guys. You see that hotel there, the Jumeirah Beach? Yeah.
Yep.
I was number 143 on the membership. That used to be the club that we went to when I was a kid, and I lived here. Number 143. Used to go there after school every single day, play tennis, swim in the swimming pool, hang out, and 20 years later, we're next door at Marsa Al Arab doing run clubs. Did the little fat Nick back then think that he'd be doing that? Absolutely not. But I think that's pretty cool, isn't it?
Very cool.
It's very cool. Okay. We're going salt to salt, essentially, like birch to birch. Shout out Ibrahim, who came up with that last week. He literally said it. He was like, we go salt to salt. I was like, that is sick, bruv. So salt to salt is going to be the weekly flow. And flow is the name of the experience. The reason why I chose flow as a concept and a name is because when I run, no matter how fast or slow I go, I want to get into that flow state. Running is all about flow state. And for me, there's nothing better to get you in the flow than music. I don't like talking when I run. So I basically created a product and a run club for me. So I don't have to talk to anyone.
That's how it works.
I just want to listen to beats, man. But I just think it was really nice. I like everyone's in a line, got our headphones in, running along, being respectful of people around us. Hey?
What are you eating now?
Just a gel.
Nice.
feel like I'm about to run a half marathon or something. But
Get
like,
your
I need a little bit of fuel in the morning, but I don't like having any food. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have this.
Bar thing. It was really good.
Got about 20 people, which is sick.
Yeah.
We're gonna get started. So the route is Salt to Salt. We're gonna run down there. We're gonna do a little warm up first, get everyone together, and then we're gonna come back here. Salt have kindly offered us free breakfast on the house for everyone who purchases a coffee. They've got a new menu out. Let's get everyone together. Let's get a little warm up. Let's go running. Done and dusted. As we say, flow, feel the run. So you got to feel it. There's going to be some days where you're not feeling great. For example, last week, I was running a 6-minute kilometer pace and I felt like trash. And now I was holding sometimes a 4-minute 30 in some of the runs and I felt amazing. That's what running's about. We can sometimes get too caught up in paces and this and that, but you've got to understand how you feel on the day. And yes, if you're training for something, you've got to be a little bit more specific, but I'm not really training for anything in the minute. I'm just training for the vibes and the feel-good factor. So feel the run. Everyone was running, but no matter how far you were, or wherever you were on the beach, we were all connected by the playlist, and that's what I love. Thank you, guys.
She's now really conscious about how she eats her food. Just want to show the yummy brekkie.
Yeah.
It actually does look good.
Really good. Healthy as well.
We've got some scrambled eggs, a little bit of bacon, which has got like a jammy sauce, some spinach, some toast. Salt have just released, I think I've said this a third time this morning, Salt have just released a new breakfast menu, but they've got these amazing bowls, they've got some small acai bowls, they've got shakes, and they've got buns. Honestly, it's so fresh and so good, and the coffee is banging, and the vibes. It's quiet, chill. Marcel Arabic is a spot to be. Breakfast done. Wrapped up a beautiful morning at Seoul. Good vibes, good energy, and same again next week. Oh guys, so just got back home. Wednesday's an off day, so I don't teach, which is nice. So gonna have a bit of a chill day, do some recovery, do some training later. Amazing morning again. What we're building there is still very early, but it's exciting of what's to come. I think we've got something really unique with the concepts and the brands we're working with. So I'm excited to, even share more of that on here. But we're going to talk about some peptides now. Essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of an overview as to where I'm at, why I've decided to make this decision, and what I can expect moving forward. So just to give you a quick rundown, when I came back on holiday in August, I did some blood work at a clinic called Utopia. They're an advanced medicine clinic in Dubai, came highly recommended by a client. I had been feeling really off. You just feel off. I've been feeling really off for several months, probably since March time. Sleep was bad, really, really bad, struggling to sleep, lethargic, brain fog, wasn't motivated to train. Work was super busy, but that's no excuse. I just probably wasn't really taking care of myself as well as I should have done. And what the blood work allowed me to see was all my health markers, and my cortisol levels were pretty much non-existent. And I was told I had adrenal fatigue. So I was burnt out, which explained a lot, because I was feeling like trash, literally like trash. And it was a really good reminder and a bit of a wake-up call just to slow down, reassess, realign, and really prioritize my recovery. So since then, that's all I've been doing. I have been training still, but not to the level of intensity that I was. I've been really mindful on sleep, my nutrition, my diet, switching off mentally, which is very important, and just really trying to reset myself. I'm now in a position where I wouldn't say I'm the finished product, but you know, we're getting there. There's massive improvements. Like, I'm sleeping really well. I've been taking a lot of vitamins to help with that. You know, the really good thing about working with a clinic like Utopia is they don't just send you away. Like, I was prescribed all the vitamins needed to counteract this adrenal fatigue. So I've been popping pills like fun, but they've all had a purpose and they've served, and they have had a difference on me, physically and mentally. So here we are. Now, peptides is something that everyone is kind of talking about right now. You see it in Hollywood, a lot of athletes are using it, and they are a safe amino acids. They're not a steroid, okay? And amino acids exist within us. They're in the body already. And what peptides will do is they'll essentially send triggers depending on what you want to use them for. And the two that I'm using are specifically focused on recovery and overall well-being. They're called CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin. And as I said, when you take a peptide, it's basically like through a small insulin needle, and the amount that you take is so small, okay? But it will send triggers to the body. And the ones that I'm focused on, CJC-1295 and Ipamorelin, predominantly work for growth hormone production. We have growth hormone within us, okay? It's not a foreign chemical, it already exists within us, okay? So what CJC-1295 will do is essentially trigger a more natural release of growth hormone. And then if you add Ipamorelin to it, that will just kind of accentuate the trigger a little bit more. So CJC-1295 is a bit more of the longer term strategy, but then when you add in the Ipamorelin, it's just going to like send a bit of NOS, you know what I mean? A bit more extra firepower to the release of the growth hormone. Like I said, these are amino acids, they exist within the body, and when it comes to growth hormone, it's something we naturally produce, okay? What can I expect? Probably improved recovery, improved well-being. My training performance as a result will increase. There might be some changes to my composition, okay? Obviously, if I am less inflamed, my sleep's improved, I'm training harder and smarter, that will have an impact on the way that I look and feel. And I'm excited to give it a go. I'm just excited to see if it's going to have an impact. And I want to share an honest update along the way. So that's where we're at right now. Run done, peptide chat done. Thanks for tuning in as always. If you guys are interested in hearing about the updates, give the channel a subscribe, follow along with the journey. And if you've got any questions, as always guys, send me a DM or drop a comment below, and I look forward to sharing more on the journey. All right, peace.